Judges 1. Incomplete obedience. After the death of Joshua, the people of Israel inquired of the Lord, saying, "Who shall go up first for us against the Canaanites to fight against them?" The Lord said, "Judah shall go up. Behold, I have given the land into his hand." And Judah said to Simeon his brother, "Come up with me into the territory allotted to me, that we may fight against the Canaanites, and I likewise will go with you into the territory allotted to you." So Simeon went with him. Then Judah went up, and the Lord gave the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand, and they defeated 10,000 of them at Bezek. They found Adoni-Bezek at Bezek, and fought against him and defeated the Canaanites and the Perizzites. Adoni-Bezek fled, but they pursued him and caught him and cut off his thumbs and his big toes. And Adoni-Bezek said, 70 kings with their thumbs and big toes cut off used to pick up scraps under my table. As I have done, so God has repaid me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and he died there. The men of Judah fought against Jerusalem and captured it, and struck it with the edge of the sword and set the city on fire. Afterward the men of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites, who lived in the hill country, in the Negeb and in the lowland. Judah went against the Canaanites who lived in Hebron, formerly called Kiriath Arba, and they struck Sheshai and Ahiman and Talmai. From there they went against the inhabitants of Debir, formerly called Kiriath Sepher. Caleb said, "He who attacks Kiriath Sepher and captures it, I will give him Achsah my daughter as wife." And Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, captured it. So Caleb gave him Achsah his daughter as wife. When she came to him, she urged him to ask her father for a field. And she dismounted from her donkey, and Caleb said to her, "What do you want?" She said to him, "Give me a blessing. Since you have set me in the land of the Negeb, give me also springs of water." So Caleb gave her the upper springs and the lower springs. The descendants of the Kenite, Moses' father-in-law, went up with the people of Judah from the city of palms into the wilderness of Judah and settled with the people. Judah went with Simeon his brother, and they defeated the Canaanites who inhabited Zephath and devoted it to destruction. So the name of the city was called Hormah. Judah also captured Gaza with its territory, Ashkelon with its territory, and Ekron with its territory. And the Lord was with Judah, and he took possession of the hill country, but he could not drive out the inhabitants of the plain because they had chariots of iron. Hebron was given to Caleb as Moses had said, and he drove out from it the 3 sons of Anak. But the people of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites who lived in Jerusalem. So the Jebusites have lived with the people of Benjamin in Jerusalem to this day. The house of Joseph also went up against Bethel, and the Lord was with them. They sent spies to Bethel, formerly called Luz. The spies said to the man who came out of the city, "Please show us the way into the city, and we will deal kindly with you." He showed them the way into the city, and they struck the city with the edge of the sword, but they let the man and all his family go. And the man went to the land of the Hittites and built a city, and called its name Luz. Manasseh did not drive out the inhabitants of Beth-shean, Tanach, Dor, Ibleam, and Megiddo. Ephraim did not drive out the Canaanites who lived in Gezer. Zebulun did not drive out the inhabitants of Kitron and Nahalol. Asher did not drive out the inhabitants of Akko, Sidon, Alab, Achzib, Helba, Aphik, and Rehob. Naphtali did not drive out the inhabitants of Beth-Shemesh and Beth-Anath. Dan was pressed back into the hill country, for the Amorites did not allow them to come down to the plain. The Amorites persisted in dwelling in Mount Heres, in Aijalon, and in Shaalbim. Thus the Amorites remained in the land. So Israel did not fully obey the Lord. They conquered much of the land, but they did not remove all the nations as the Lord commanded. They chose coexistence instead of obedience, and the seeds of compromise were planted. Next comes Judges 2, where the angel of the Lord confronts Israel for their disobedience.